Uh, Moving on, we've got the Void Crystal Capacitor related one, which you simply make this with just a simple engine that you typically make most of the mods things. And then you've got the upgrade, and you've got the Dark Crystals, so a later game one. But, 1 second. Okay, and back, and yeah, so we've got the Void Crystal, which you simply make like so. I'm no expert at Lordcraft anymore, because I kind of understood it, and then completely went a different direction, so yeah, pretty much the basics of this is you get, I assume, a ritual chalk, and then from there you put certain things on it, in a way. So yeah. Otherwise, once you get a Void Crystal, you can simply sneak and click to remove the amount of pips, or you can right-click to increase the amount of pips. If I remember correctly from past versions, this is pretty much kind of like your basic one, and then from there you would be using other ones to sort of fill up the interface. I think that's still a thing. Yeah, we use... So that's like the one that you find how many contents you have. These crystals are what you put into here, or the void interface more so, I think, because that's more an interactable for other purposes. Obviously you have to have a certain research for it. But yeah, this is where you have to find out how many contents you have. We'll just go with the default though, which is 4, and you pretty much have the upgrade in the bottom. You have the crystal in here, and you're pretty much good to go to just put this in, and you can see it smelts that fast. If we go to the 1, that'll be pretty much close to a furnace, I think, in the... or just the typical speed, maybe, but either way, we'll go with my other... I don't remember when. We'll just get a regular... Let's get this with upgrades in it, and just put that there, and that should be fine. That'll just move from there. And just go with a typical... where is it? Let's go with some gold. So that's the typical speed of that one, and that's the typical speed of that one. And then we'll put an upgrade in here, and you can see how much faster that is. But at the cost of obviously a lot of power, because it uses 2.5 more power just to achieve second level of speed. And if we do this next, we can see that that's much faster, but obviously a lot more power. But if we increase this, it is actually not faster than 2 speed upgrades, but it is pretty much for free in a way, or I guess if you add more pips, how much increases from that. This is pretty much just going off the basic, though, of 4 is the max for this crystal. Obviously, when you expand upon things in Lordcraft, if it is still the same as I remember, of core features, then yeah, you pretty much just can increase this to however many elemental crystals you have in your void interface, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, so this can go obviously higher than 4, but if you're just using the basics, or you just wanted to use this feature from Lordcraft and you want to expand upon it too much more, then yeah, but obviously you do have to work out the ritual chalk and such, which I don't remember how that works, so I assume it's just simple as putting the chalk then putting the stuff in, but I don't know for sure. So yeah, that's the difference there of things you get access to if you use Lordcraft. And we'll get rid of this time, day, and weather type of situation, because that keeps happening in this jungle. And we've got the Dark Energy Distributor, which is basically just an upgrade to the existing one, but I think has maybe additional benefits? I don't know. We'll take a look. So, let's see, the regular one was just... that's just for that, okay. We put this here, what happens? It's still doing that? There's no interface, no nothing? Alright. I don't think it specifies, unless it sends more energy, that might be why. I don't remember. Filter configuration for VSDs. Okay, so that was new. Configs we'll have to check, and other things, medium channels. I'll have to check a few files back, because I don't remember. Compatibility with systems, that's fine. What else was there? This was one that added VSDs, document distributors with 4 times the transfer rate. Okay. So that's why. We'll just use this if it's a basic one, because I don't even remember the difference between them, unfortunately. Or I probably put it on the wiki, but I've forgotten. But yeah, pretty much distributors are basically a way of going, hey, I need to send this information, this energy, a lot at once compared to what the transmitter and receivers offer, and you pretty much have access to a, where is it? A 7x7x7 cube. Now, by this, it doesn't mean in the same way as mechanism, which is what I thought it was, where it's like you have 7x7 of these ESDs all placed in a thing, even though mechanisms was more like you place stuff internally, stuff as the frame. But here, it's pretty much in a 7x7 area. So if I had 7x7 cubes, obviously apparently works in that way, but I'd say it also works better in a, horizontal or vertical, not a both, in the, 3 numbers cubed sort of way. But yeah, if I had like multiple of these, I would go, there's one here, there's one here, there's one there, and so on. And there's just a ton of energy that can be moved there. So for example, I can do this, and it'll accept it. So instead of it just being the here to here, and it's just the one block, which is what the transmitter and receiver would do, you can now send it to multiple blocks at once. Can I spell receiver? It seems I cannot. We'll just go with that. So instead of it being I configure the top here to energy output, so we'll just do this one, I think it is, and then this one's for accepting. There we go. I might want to cycle that around for one. We'll turn that around to the opposite side, I think, to get a better demonstration. So we'll want this and this, I think it is. We want that and that does. I'm not doing that correct. Let's take this off for one. That's just getting power. Yep, so I think I did it wrong, didn't I? Either way, you get the idea of, obviously if you've used these before, this goes here, this goes there. That sends through, that accepts from one side, that accepts from the other, and so on. But with the distributor, you can send to multiple at once. So we do this, it'll search for, that's not what I wanted. It'll send it to this other one. What do we get here? Does it have to actually probably face the direction? That's why, so we can't see it from that side. So we do this. Can I not see it? Apparently not there. Or does it only do it for the following tiers? Input. Probably because there's no power, right? Yeah, that's why. Yes, so that's why. So yeah, you can have multiple of these, and I'll prove that with the fact that we can just put multiple of these, and obviously a different entire ESD as well. So any tier will work, and any in an area will work. This will work for both energy distributors, not just the dark tier. So we put this here, it's not going to reach. We put it over here, it should be able to reach. So that's as far as it'll reach, I think. We'll move this out of the way a bit and over here, and yeah, okay, so that was the limit. So this is as far as it can reach from here, or where I guess the energy distributor is, all the way over to here in a probably vertical or horizontal sort of way. I show it on the wiki page, which I'll put in the description, but not in a, like, sort of mechanism-like way, where it's like it's not going to pass through them. Obviously it'll... No, I think it can. Yeah, so it can... Obviously these, if they have the output side configured, they can obviously send to something in front of them. So for example, if I put this here... come on. If I put this here, this is going to accept because it's coming from there, I'm pretty sure. Or at least for those that are out of range, that's the case. When it's in range, I think it just sort of sends it, and you can see this by the red particles. So, I think that's going straight to there, not... I think it's going to both. I think it's trying to target there, not there, I don't know. Either way, you get the idea. Obviously, it sends to one place, to multiple in a in a 7x7 space, and yeah, and obviously the darker one is a upgraded version, rather than what I thought it would be. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and goodbye.